Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class for the 6th elementary grade. Our textbook is Weekend 3 and today inshallah we will cover Unit 9. My school is cool. Grammar can be seen on pages 68 and 69. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Al-Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Fawaz Al-Agil. So let's begin. Quick revision in our last lesson. In our last lesson, we had an interesting lesson to talk about some information about our school and also different schools. So in that lesson, we learned more than 6 questions that we can think of when someone asks us about our school. Or even we can use these questions to ask a friend about his or her school. Now let's remind each other of these questions and then we can talk about the answers that we chose from last time. Now, finding out time, listen and practice. So let's start with the first question. The first question was, what is the name of your school? What's the name of your school? So the first question we learned last time is about a name of a school. So we gave examples like Little Rock Elementary School or Bedrock Elementary School, and even we said we can choose, for example, our own school like Riyadh Elementary School or even Jeddah Elementary School. We said that it is very important we know our name. This is as the first information we learn about our school is to know the name of it. And the second question, which is, how many students are there in your school? How many students are there in your school? So here with the second question, we learned also how many students we have in our school. We said that this is also the second information that we need to know about our school. And we can start our answer by saying about 1,000 or about 500 or about 100 or saying I don't know. So this is important because using about, it means that we're not giving the exact number, but we're talking about a number that is close to the exact one. So here is also important to know and also to have this information in mind, which is the number of students. Now, let's read the third one. Do you have school lunch at your school? Do you have school lunch at your school? And so this is the third question we learned last time, which is about school lunch or even school breakfast at our school. So we can think either of the school breakfast we have during the break time. So if we have it, if the school provide us these meals, then we would say, yes, we do, every day. Or if the answer is no, then here we choose the second one, which is, no, we don't. We bring our own. So this is the third question and the third information that we need to think of. Either to think about the school lunch or the school breakfast, and whether if the school prepare or provide these meals for us or we bring our own from our home. Now, let us move on to the fourth one. The fourth question is, does your school have a school bus? This is the fourth question. Does your school have a school bus? And this information that you need to keep in mind. So we talk about the lunch. We talk about also the name of the school and how many students in your school. Now we reach the fourth question or the fourth information, which is the school bus. If your school has a school bus, then we would say, Yes, it does. It has a big yellow bus. Or if it doesn't have a bus, then we can say simply, no, it doesn't. So this is the fourth information that you need to keep in mind when we're talking about the school bus. Now, as for the fifth one, which is, do you have a school uniform? Do you have a school uniform? So now we talk about the bus and the breakfast or lunch and also the number of students and the name of our school. Now we went to the fifth question, which is about a school uniform. And here we need to decide. If our school has a uniform, then we would say, yes, we do. Yes, we do have uniform. And if the school does not have a uniform, then we would say, no, we don't. No, we don't have a uniform. As for the last question is, what time does your school start? What time does your school start? So here the sixth question or the sixth information about what time does our school start. And here we can choose the time that our school starts with. For example, either we say starts at 7 or it starts at 7:30 or if it starts at 8. So it's very important that we keep these information in mind when we think about our school, to know the name of our school, almost or about the number of students we have in our school, whether if the school provide the school lunch or breakfast, and also the school uniform and the school bus, and what time does our school start. So all of these information are important, so we memorize them by ourselves and we know them, and also when we ask a friend at least 3 or 4 questions of these questions. Now, also the other thing which we did last time, which is we have this exercise that says, can you fill in the blanks and then talk about your school? So we said here that after reading all of the information about all the 6 questions, what we need to do here is just to fill in the blanks and the information we have here, so we have better understanding and also writing about our school. So let's also read this text so we can know what we should write. So here in the first one, hi, let me introduce my school. Let me introduce my school means let me show you, let me give you information about my school. Let's see what is the first information we should fill in the first sentence. The name of my school is, the name of my school is, this is the first thing we should fill in. So just try to think of the name of your school. For example, the name of my school is Riyadh Elementary School, or the name of my school is Jeddah Elementary School, and we should write it down here. Now this is regarding the first information. Now let's listen to the second one. The second one is, there are about students in my school, and here we need to write down a number. For example, there are about 500 students in my school, or maybe 300 students, or 1,000 students. So here in the second blank, here we should write a number. Here we should write a number. And let's go for the third sentence. We blank school lunch at our school. So here we need to think of our school, if it does provide either school lunch or school breakfast to us. If the answer is yes, then here we should write, we have school lunch or school breakfast at our school. And if the answer is no, then here we would say, we don't have school lunch at our school. As for the fourth one, our school, a school bus. So if our school has a school bus, then here we should write it. We should say our school has a school bus. If it doesn't, then we would say our school doesn't have a school bus. As for the fifth one, we have a school uniform. If you do have a school uniform, then here we should write have. And if you don't, then here you should say we don't have a school uniform. This is regarding all of these five planks. Now let us move on to the last sentence. Our school starts at, and here all you have to mention is the time. Our school starts at 7, or our school starts at 6:30, then all you have to write here is only the time. This exercise is very important as it will help you to have a better understanding of your school and also all the information about it. Now, as for our objectives in today's lesson, we hope that at the end of this lesson, you will be able to change verbs from present to past and also talk about favorite subject, the school subjects you're studying, and also use ordinal numbers to talk about past activities and events with bad symbol of regular and irregular verbs. So let's start our lesson for today. So here I would like you to open your books on page 68. I would like you please to open your books on page 68. On page 68 we do have a chant that is called which plus present and past tense. So what we're going to do here with this chant is we're going to listen how we say the question sometimes with the present and sometimes with the past like this. So sometimes we're going to use the present tense with which, and sometimes we're going to use the past tense. So what is important here is that we know how these present and past tense words sound like. So let's start with the first question. I'm going to say the first question and I would like you to say it after me. Number 1. Which subject do you like most this year? Which subject do you like most this year? So this question's in the present tense and it asks about a school subject. So you can have answers like, this year I like math. This year I like math. So here we use the present with do and also the present with like. Let's see the other question. Number 2. Which subject did you like most last year? Which subject did you like most last year? And the answer is, last year I liked PE, physical education. Last year I liked PE. So here we use the past tense and did, and also here in liked we use also the past tense. So let's read the third question. Which grade are you in this year? Which grade are you in this year? And the answer is, this year I am in the 6th grade. This year I am in the 6th grade. So here is also we use the present and the question with are, and also we use the present with the answer with am. So let's listen to the fourth one. Which grade were you in last year? Which grade were you in last year? Last year I was in the 5th grade. Last year, I was in the 5th grade. So here is also we use the past tense in the questions with the word where, and also we used the past tense in the answer with the word was. Now, moving on to the 5th one, which city do you live in? Which city do you live in? And the answer is, I live in Najran. I live in Najran. Here is also, we use the present with do, with the questions, and also we use the present with the answer, and live. Now, how we use it in the past? Let's see the 6th question. So, which city did you and your parents go to last year? And the answer is, last year we went to Riyadh. So here in the question we use the past tense with did, and in the answer we use also the past tense with went. But there is one important thing that we should pay attention to, is that when we use did in the beginning of the sentence or the beginning of the question, it is okay to use the present form of any verb, as it's only enough to have only one verb in the past. Now, after this, here as you can see, you can ask a partner the questions and to get the real answers. And also, let's see what are the verbs that we use in the present and also that we use in the past at the same time. So here in number 3, listen and practice, then do it in pairs. So all of these verbs, we use them in the present and also we use them in the past tense. So let's listen to them and I would like you to say them after me. Do. Do is in the present and the past is did. Do, did. Next we have are. Are in the present tense and the past is were. Are, were. Next we have like. Like is in the present tense and liked is in the past. So, like, liked, like, liked. And finally, the go. Go in the present tense and in the past tense is went. Go, went. So these are 4 examples of verbs that we use in the present and also we used in the past. Now, I would like you please to turn your books to page 69. I would like you please to turn to page 69. Now, on page 69, something that is familiar to you, which is the subject race. So what we're going to do here is that we're going to write and play subject race to try to beat a partner. So what we're going to do here is that, as you can see here in this table, we do have different subjects, like for example, language, social studies, PE, science, art, math, English, history. So here we have 8 school subjects. So what we should do here is that we listen to the teacher saying different sentences, and after this, all we have to do is to circle the subject that the teacher said. So let's start, for example, listening to the first sentence. The first sentence is, I like English. I like English. So this is my first sentence. Do you remember what is the subject I mentioned with this sentence? It is the English subject. So all you have to do is to go here with the word English and to circle it, to circle the subject. And you can do it further with the other subject when you listen and you circle. And to make it more interesting, is not only to circle the subject, but also with the subject race too, is to write them from beginning. So for example, instead of circling, you listen to the teacher or your partner when he or she says about a sentence, and all you have to do is just to pick from the sentence the name of the subject and write it down here. For example, a sentence like, I like English, I like English. So when you listen to the subject, which is English, all you have to do is to come up here in this table and write the subject. And you continue write as many as subjects you heard. So this is an interesting grace. It will help you to have better understanding of these subjects and also to improve your love for school. So at the end, it's very important that you talk about your favorite subject this year and the last year, and also to say which grade I am in this year and which grade I was in last year. So it's very important that we know our grade now and last year, and to know what is our favorite subject now and last year as well. So now we have reached the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.